sharing with you my everyday brushes, or the brushes that I go to most often. I recently went out of town and I packed up the brushes that I use all the time, and that just kind of inspired me to do this video and share with you the brushes that I use all the time. I have more brushes than this, not a lot, but some, and I just don't tend to reach for a lot of them that often because I have these go-to brushes that I use almost daily. So ignore the fact that some of them are dirty and they need to be washed because I don't feel like washing them right now, but I'm just going to go through and share with you the face and eye brushes that I use all the time. So I'm going to go in the order of the way that I apply my makeup. So I'm going to start off with the face brushes first. So these are the Diva Beauty buffer brushes. I recently talked about these in my March favorites, and I also have a review video about them because I got these in a set with another 5 brushes that are like the smaller ones. But these, it doesn't really matter to me which one. I like all of them pretty much equally. I maybe like the angled buffer a little bit better. I don't know. But these are really, really good brushes to apply your foundation and make it look pretty seamless. So any one of these that is clean is the one that I will use basically. I've been trying to make sure that I clean them so that I always have at least one clean. So I have this one clean right now and I need to wash the others. But these are really, really good brushes, and I think the set is only like $56 for these 4. And they're really nice brushes. These have the rose gold ferrules and they're super nice. Check out Diva Beauty if you are interested in them because they are a lot cheaper than the Sigma ones. I don't have the Sigma ones personally, but I felt like I didn't want to spend that much money on them, so these are definitely a good investment, I think. Next up, I would apply my powder, and so to do that, I use the Real Techniques buffer brush for most of my face, and this is just a soft kind of denser type powder brush. It's got like a flat tip. It works really well to just buff on powder and blend it in and be ready to go. It's just a quick and easy brush that I like to use, and it's fairly inexpensive for being a brush. And I also use the Real Techniques setting brush, and this is the brush that I just used for under my eyes right here. So this is the perfect size. It's like a tiny little brush. It is the perfect size just to get in here with powder. And I picked this one up later than I did some of the other ones that I got from Real Techniques, but it's a really good brush. A lot of these I got in sets. A lot of the Real Techniques ones I got in sets, and so it's a lot cheaper that way because they're really good brushes for the price, I think. Alright, next up I usually do my bronzing and contour, and to do that I use the Sigma Large Angled Contour F40. This is from the Miss Bunny collection, I think, like that, or Mrs. Bunny or something like that. I got all of the Sigma brushes that have these like teal handles in a kit together. I think it's the Mrs. Bunny's collection. I don't know. It's something like that. It's one of the collections though. It's a good brush. You can see, I don't know if you guys can tell it very well, but it is starting to get a little bit frayed and frazzled from wash and wear, but it is a really good brush. It works really well just to do your contour here. And it's just one that I feel like is easy to use. Then I move on to my blush. For my blush, I have been doing a cream blush and a powder blush for a very long time now, trying to use up some of my cream blushes. So to do the cream blush, I always use the Real Techniques stippling brush, and this is the perfect size just to kind of stipple on cream product right in the area that you would use it. It's just a really good brush for cream products. It doesn't apply too much, and it's a good thickness so that it goes on, but it doesn't like waver around. I have the e.l.f. one that I got because a lot of people recommended that one, and I feel like this one's too flimsy and it doesn't do a good job of buffing in the product, but this one definitely does a good job of doing it. So this one I would highly recommend if you like cream products and you struggle with finding a way to apply them. This works really, really well for me. Then for powder blush, I usually use the Real Techniques multitask brush. This one I find is just a good size to apply right in the cheek area and kind of blend out to the contour and things like that so that it doesn't look too harsh in just one area. But this one is a really good one. I also have the Real Techniques blush brush, and I just don't like this one as much. I don't feel like it fits my face as well as this one. I don't know, maybe that's just because I'm crazy, but I like this one a lot better. I feel like this one's just too fluffy, I don't know, it doesn't apply where I want it. So that is what I use for my blush. And then the last face brush that I use on a regular basis is the Real Techniques contour brush. And this I just use for the highlight right here because it's a good tiny little size that works really well just to hit the high points of my cheekbones so that I can highlight that area and kind of up around and down my nose and things like that. So this is just a really good size brush, again from a Real Techniques kit. So for eye brushes, I don't use a lot of eye brushes, honestly. I tend to use the same 4 or so when I do, and 4 is actually a lot for when I do my makeup. I tend to do 2 for eyeshadow, and then if I really need to, there's 2 more that I use for kind of liner type things. So I use my finger a lot for the brow bone highlight. I will just dip my finger into cream and highlight my brow bone, and then for my inner corner highlight, I also usually use my finger. But then for actual eyeshadow all over the lid, I will use the Sigma Shading E55 brush. So this is just like a flat shader. It's a good size for my lid so that I can very quickly swipe product on. And I actually use this brush usually for multiple colors if I use them. So like if I use Champagne from Lorac Pro, I would put that all over my lid, and then I would dip this back into light bronze and put that on the outer third. I just am very low maintenance when it comes to brushes because I just don't like to wash them for one, and that's, you know, the main reason. So this is the one that I usually use, or something like this. I will change out occasionally so I don't have to wash them or anything. The other brush that I use for my eyeshadow is the Sigma Tapered Blending E55. So I have a couple of these, and this is a really good blending brush for me. It fits really well into my crease. It does a nice job of diffusing and blending out. The thing with this is like the bristles look really bad already. I got this set in like December, maybe November, and already a lot of the bristles have kind of fizzled and flared out and they look gross. But these brushes I like a lot. I have one from the set that was, oh wait, this is the E40, but they're kind of the same general thing. They're both the Tapered Blending, but one's the E35 and one's the E40, but they don't last as long as I would like them to, is the unfortunate thing with that, but they're both good brushes. Then if I need to set my liner, which sometimes I do if my liner isn't looking as dark as I would like it to, I will use something like the Sigma Small Angle E65 brush, which just looks like this. So it's a very densely packed brush. It makes it easy because I'm not very skilled with liner, so if I try to wing it out, I'll use powder sometimes and do it that way and attempt that. So this is a good brush for that. And then the last brush that I use on a regular basis is the Sigma Pencil E30 brush. So this one I just use to smoke out under my eyes usually. So I will use similar colors to the ones I used on my top lid underneath. And that's pretty much it. So those are my main go-to everyday brushes. I try to be kind of low maintenance. I know that's not low maintenance, but at least as I'm concerned, I go as low maintenance as I can so that I don't have to do a lot of washing. I hate washing brushes. It's just such a pain to me. So I would love to hear what you guys love for your favorite brushes. What couldn't you live without? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.